Well, hello there everyone, I am Kharisma, Alif or just Alif in short. I come from SMA Laboratorium and Malang. But before I want to start my story, I want to ask all of you a simple question. Does anyone here know an urban legend here in Malang? Seems like some of you already know the urban legends in Malang. So, before you get bored that I repeat the story again and again, I won't be telling the stories because now, let's try something. We all know that Malang has a different kind of languages. Actually, they are dialects, but we still call them languages for some reason. And this language has apparently an interesting backstory behind it. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I am Kharisma Alif or just Alif in short. I come from SMA Laboratorium Malang. And before I start the story, I want to ask all of you if you know any urban legend here in Malang. Well, it seems like some of you already know it, right? The urban legend in Malang. So I won't be repeating those stories again because you know what happens if I keep repeating those stories. So let's try something different. We all know that Malang has a different kind of languages. Actually, they are a dialect, but still, somehow we call them language for some reason. And this language apparently has an interesting backstory behind it. Does anyone know what I'm talking about right now? Indeed it is. I'm talking about the Bahasa Malangan and all the Bahasa Walian. Actually, Bahasa Malangan is a kind of dialect of the Japanese language mainly used in Malang area, but it hasn't received any popular use before the 1940s. Why, you may ask? Well, it's because the Second World War. After the Second World War has ended and the Japanese troops were surrendering to the Allied forces, naturally the Dutch want to come back to Indonesia and regain their colony that they lost to the Japanese. But the Indonesian already proclaimed their independence, so yeah, it's kind of weird for the Dutch to do that and be true, even after all the kerfuffle. Anyway, so the Dutch are back, the Indonesian are semi-independent, or well, fully independent, but hasn't received any international recognition yet, and now they are fighting the Dutch again, which is not a good sign for the new birth country. So it happens. The first Dutch aggression in Indonesia. Unfortunately, Malang was caught in the crossfire between Indonesia and the Netherlands, naturally. With that happening, unfortunately, the Paris of East Java was now turned into fire, both metaphorically and literally, as now the city was becoming a battleground for both the Indonesian troops and the Dutch troops. The Dutch managed to capture the eastern part of Malang, while the Indonesians managed to hold back the Dutch from capturing the western part of it. But one thing too, with the capture of the eastern part of Malang, the area was flooded with the Dutch spies, who are mostly locals and turncoats, that works for the Dutch of course, and they are beginning to spying on the Indonesian troops stationed in Malang. But we have a cheeky little secret here in Malang, of course. Well, now maybe you are wondering, what are the correlation with the story that I just told with Bahasa Malangan? Well, hold your horses bound, because it's the time to sign. We know full well that those spies the Dutch employed to spy on us, the Indonesian, were not a natural population of Malang, or should I say, the citizen of Malang. Because why? Even though they know the Japanese and the Indonesian that we use every day, they also didn't know the Bahasa Malangan. So we use it as a war code. We use Bahasa Malangan as a counter-espionage method to counter spies, the Dutch spy. Kind of weird to say, but oh well, who cares, right? Anyway, it created the confusion among the Dutch spies, of course, because now they see us talking weirdly. Like in a language they never know before, because hey, they didn't come from Malang after all, so how would they know? And apparently the Dutch also don't know, even though we already start using the dialect since the time the Dutch is still ruling over Indonesia. And in the end, I guess the Dutchmen got a little bit tired with all of the nonsense that's happening in here. So somehow they left. Well, not somehow, of course, because there's a long, long process after the first aggression, the second aggression, and until the conflict. But hey, that is a story for another time, alright? Anyway, don't you find it interesting that a simple dialect has become a symbol for resistance and a sign of human ingenuity in the middle of a war? Quite interesting, eh? Anyway, apparently, that's it from me. And I wish you to see you next time. See ya!
Terima kasih. Sebenarnya 9.000 ya.
Baik.